Hey guys! Alright, so we're going to be doing the next lesson, lesson 3, which is subtract decimals. So we are on page 286, lesson 3. Go ahead and get out your notebook so you can start taking some notes. So this is pretty simple. Yesterday we just did adding decimals, and today we're just doing subtracting decimals. Super easy. The one thing that you just need to remember to do is to borrow. And you do that when you do regular subtracting. So we just need to make sure that we're aligning our decimals and doing the same steps as yesterday. So on page 286, the word problem here on the top says, on the highway, John's car can travel 31.42 miles on 1 gallon of gas. When he is driving in the city, his car gets 26.98 miles per gallon. How many more miles per gallon does John's car get on the highway than in the city? How many more? Key word, okay? You already know that. When you hear the words how many more, that means you need to subtract, okay? So in these, they teach you how to do the models so that way you can visualize what you're doing. And you're subtracting. So it says you can draw a model to help you solve. Your total is always going to be the one that's on top. We've done these models in class before. So the total is going to be how many, highway miles per gallon. Okay? And then you're going to split that between the two of your two parts. So city miles per gallon is one part, and then the difference is the other part. Okay, so highway is going to be 31.42 miles per gallon. The city part of that total is going to be how much he gets in the city, which is 26.98, and then the difference between the two. So these models are just to get you to understand how to visualize what you're doing in subtracting. You won't use these unless you're doing the word problems. So I'm going to just do the regular subtracting with you because that's what your homework is showing mostly. I know that at the very end there's a word problem, and you do not have to do the model for that, so that's fine. Okay, so subtracting decimals, let's go ahead and do the first example. Example 1. We have 31.42, minus 26.98 equals n. Okay, so yesterday we talked about these steps that we have to follow, okay, and I explained why yesterday. So step 1 is align your decimals. Align the digits. Okay? Your decimal should always be going straight down. Okay? If your decimal's off to the right or left, your number is going to be wrong. Your total is going to be wrong. Okay? Step 2 is going to be zeros. Put zeros as your placeholder. Okay? If there's nothing there, put a 0 there so you can, that would help you visualize a little bit better. 3 minus nothing is the same thing as 3 minus 0. So just stick a 0 in there. Next one is going to be subtract from right to left. Step 3, subtract from right to left. And then your last step is step 4, borrow if needed, and we're going to talk about that. Same thing with regular subtracting, borrow, you borrow if you need to. One more, step 5, and sorry, but I am going to require this, okay? You have to check your work, okay? I've told you guys that in class before. Check your work so you know that it's right, okay? If you get the wrong number when you check, you'll find out when you check your work that it was wrong, Okay, so you should always be checking your work. You want to be 100% right. So do the extra work to make sure that you're right. Okay, check. So you add to check. Add to check. Okay, make sure you write those 5 steps down, because I'm going to erase it really quick so we can finish this problem up here. Okay, I'm going to give you a second, write those down. Okay, I'm going to just erase up here. Okay, let's go back to this one. Let's go ahead and align our decimals. I'm going to rewrite 31.42. Okay, I'm going to find my decimal. I'm going to write the numbers on the left side and then write the numbers on the right side. Okay, you want to make sure that you're aligning your decimals. Okay, let's go ahead and subtract. 2 minus 8, we cannot do that, so let's borrow. Get a 3, 12 minus 8, 4, 3 minus 9, can't do that, borrow again. 13 minus 9, 4, 0 minus 6, can't do that again. 10 minus 6, 4. Okay, my decimal has to go straight down. Okay, so decimal, go straight down, and here's my decimal. 4.44 equals n. Okay? If it's a word problem, don't forget to label whatever you're talking about. All right, let's go ahead and really quick, we're not done yet. What was step 5? Step 5 was add to check. Okay? Usually I want to add these 2 numbers. Well, not usually, it is. You add these 2 numbers and they should equal this last number. So let's check our work. Let's add this again. 26.98. Let's add it back and see if we get that original number. If we did, we know it's right. If we didn't, we know that this is wrong. Okay? 12, 14, 11, and 3. Did we get it right here? We did, so it checks. All right, so I'm gonna probably tell you guys tomorrow, but you need to check your work. If you're not watching this video, you need to check your work on every single one of your problems. I know it's tedious and I know it takes longer, but like I said, if you want 100%, check your work. Make sure that you're doing it right. Later on when you're in high school, they're gonna tell you the same thing. Check your work. It's never gonna leave you. Check your work, all right? So that's all for subtracting decimals, all right? See you guys later.